Good day, Montana. This is Front Row Center. My name is Tom Barrich. I'm joined in the MTPR studios today by Michael Legg, Artistic Director of Montana Repertory Theater, and Tyson Gerhart, playwright and composer of the upcoming production of Hearth, A Yuletide Tale. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Good to be here.
Guys, I'm just going to leave the table open on this, and could you tell our listeners a little bit about what Hearth is?
It's a story about primarily street musicians trying to survive the winter. It's about class and community. It's about storytelling. It's about how different kinds of people interact in modern American society under capitalism. You know, there's some things going on.
It's set in 1960s Missoula, so that's sort of our backdrop.
Okay.
So we're talking too about how things then relate to things now as well. You know, we've been looking for what a holiday show might be in Missoula. And I'd gotten to know Tyson, and just the style of his writing and his music, it made total sense to me that he would be the right person to write and compose what we hope is going to be a holiday tradition. The central character is a young boy named Tom, who meets this group of street musicians, and with them and through them sort of figures out things about his own life and his world. I mean, you could call it a coming-of-age story, and you wouldn't be wrong.
Tyson, this started from scratch, or was this something you had in your head for a while?
This started pretty much completely from scratch. Michael reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in writing a full-length play, and I said, well, you know, I've never done that before, but I'll take a swing at it. So yeah, it's all new musical compositions and a whole new script.
Now, it's not very often that you hear of the playwright also being the songwriter, juggling those tasks. What's your process like?
I think I come by it pretty naturally. I am primarily a folk singer and have spent a lot of my adult life studying folklore and storytelling and how that exists within the musical world. Mm-hmm. So really, they're two peas in a pod, writing stories and writing songs. When I initially was diving into it, I considered using some songs that I had already written in the past. But as I delved into the world, I realized I really wanted to write new music for these characters that was really representative of the world of the play.
Michael, directing this kind of original production with someone who's essentially new to this process as a whole, are you approaching it differently than you would say another play? Is there more guidance? Are you giving him more space to breathe? How are you approaching this?
Yeah, well, you know, I've spent the better part of my career working with playwrights on brand new plays. That's all I did before I came here, and what I continue to do here. I think that my job is to bring a lot of smart people into the room, a lot of smart actors and musicians, dramaturgs, and sit around at a table, and we're all going to try to figure out how we can be of service to this play. Mm-hmm. We're starting out with a 6-day workshop where we get everybody around a table and we hear different iterations of the play. Tyson continues to write the whole time. We get new pages every day, and we will come out of that workshop with a script that will be the script we deliver to the audience. Okay. It won't be fully produced this year because it's still in process. Okay. So all the music will be there, the band will be there playing, all the actors will be there. And then every night after the audience sees the show, we're going to ask them what they thought. And we're going to start incorporating that feedback into the writing. Tyson will go home that night, write new pages, new scenes, maybe new songs, and we'll come back the next night to try that out on the audience. So we have 6 presentations of this play that will give us an opportunity to learn a whole lot more about it and give us an opportunity to fashion it and shape it, with the idea being that we will fully produce a version of this play next year.
So in theory, if what you're telling me and the listeners is correct, there's 6 presentations of this, but as it's changing, it might be 6 different versions of the same show.
It will most likely be a different show every night.
Where and when can the production be seen?
The performance actually is going to happen here on the campus of the University of Montana for 3 nights, and then move out to the ZAC, the Zootown Arts Community Center, for 3 nights. We're going to do some here, and then we're going to do versions of it out in the community.
I see you brought your banjo with you, Tyson. Would you like to give our listeners a sample of what they might actually hear in the show?
Yeah, sure. I'll play a tune from it.
Where can people go for more information?
To get tickets, you can go to montanarep.com.
Tyson and Michael, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Tom.
costly diamonds, them things is dead, as dead may be. But give me roses, lilacs and lilies, and bring them home, back home to me.
You've been listening to Front Row Center. For Montana Public Radio, I'm Tom Barrich.